Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is a podcast that mostly focuses on topics we find interesting, including current events, politics, and while doing so, we like to make jokes and lighten any dark tones we may introduce. This episode, as you can tell by the title, is going to have a dark and serious tone. Because of the kind of people that we are, there will be jokes, moments where we try to lighten the mood or even make fun of people. In doing so, we in no way, shape, or form are making light of or belittling any confirmed or alleged victims of Jeffrey Epstein's evil and disgusting actions, and we condemn and demonize anyone who does so. Viewer discretion is advised, obviously. So, Mr. Morgan, what are we doing today?
I don't know. You tell me. You planned this.
I did, didn't I?
Yes.
We're talking about people who may or may not be evil, who may or may not have done awful things, who may or may not have aided in people doing awful, terrible things.
I found my hat, by the way.
Yes. I have a collection of notes. It is, actually, I didn't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Oh, dear Lord.
9, 10, 11, 10 and a half pages of notes, which I write pretty, I don't have the smallest handwriting, so it's not going to be a ton.
Yours is a lot prettier than mine.
Well, yeah, prettier, but I'm talking about the size of my writing.
Have you seen mine? Mine is like fucking...
worse than chicken scratch.
Yeah, it's a big dick in a locker room.
Alright.
Just smack.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for clarifying.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the TabooCouchPotatoes Club podcast, where we talk about
anything that interests us, whether it be politics, bullshit, or dicks in a locker room.
Or possible Israeli spies.
What?
Possible Israeli spies.
Okay.
Okay.
Did we get new subscribers?
Yes, we've gotten a lot, thanks to you, Mr. Morgan. Right off the bat, I want to say, that I am sorry that, if anybody has been looking forward to more, podcast episodes, I am going to set a goal for myself, Morgan, and I would like you to keep me to this, not annoyingly reminding me every week, but when it gets closer to the end of the month, I want you to remind me that I said this.
Okay.
I want to do at least one episode a month.
Okay.
Once a month, at least.
That sounds fair.
Because I want to get back into the flow of things, and I always, the panic always sets in first thing, that I don't want to do this, and then once I start researching, and once I start actually talking on camera, it's fun.
It just becomes natural.
It just becomes natural as soon as we start recording.
Do you remember when we first started, we were like...
Yeah.
So, welcome?
Yeah, you should,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, swing that around so it'll at least captures your face. A little bit higher. Yeah, that's fine.
You know, that's little on-scene editing.
Yep. Also, for this episode, we are talking about Jeffrey Epstein and his many crimes and his many cohorts.
Wait, he did many crimes?
Many crimes.
Yes. I thought he just did the one just multiple times.
No.
Oh, dear Lord.
Um,
Lord help us all.
So this episode is going to mainly focus on his cohorts, but I do want to do a quick little run through of him and his girlfriend, live-in cohort, whatever you want to call it. Sure. Ghislaine Maxwell, and I think that's how you say it, because it is French. It's spelled like Ghislaine or something like that, but it's French, so I think it's Ghislaine.
That sounds like it'd be right.
Yeah. So,
Then
yeah.
again, I'm not fluent in French, so.
Yeah. So, if you don't want to hear that kind of stuff,
see you in the next one.
Yeah, see you in the next one, because it's going to be nonstop balls to the walls, allegations of awful shit.
It's going to be nonstop balls to the walls, allegations of balls to the walls.
Yeah, pretty much. So right off the bat, Jeffrey Epstein, he was, I actually didn't, I probably should have done a little bit of actual research on him, but this is just off the top of the dome. I'm pretty sure he was born in like New York or something like that.
That sounds right.
He went to college and he was like, oh, I want to be like some kind of a journalist or something like that, but he ended up going into like finances. I think he was like a Wall Street like stockbroker for a while, and then he got cash injections, is what they're called, by some big time rich folk to help them with their own personal finances, and one thing led to another, and he became one of the richest people in New York at the time. And then you know, his interest in the younger side of things, nobody really knows how that started, but apparently he the first time the cops got called on him was in Palm Beach, Florida. He has had a like a little villa on the beach, and it was when a young woman was horrified to find out that she was hired to give him naked massages. And that's kind of how it started out. And the police were like, well, I mean, it's not really illegal for somebody to hire somebody for a naked massage, as long as, you know, there's no actual sexual things going on. Even if it is underage, we could prosecute for exposing himself to, but I mean, it did say in the thing that she was hired, like the little, like, it was like a little book of contracts, I guess. You know how notepads you can just tear out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That this one of the stipulations was, you know, massaging in a robe without clothes. So, like, you know, what do you want to do here? And I think the parents were like, yeah, we'll just keep her away from him. We don't need press charges or anything, because, you know, he's a rich guy.
Right, he won't get exposure charges.
Yeah. But, you know, one thing...
Because he's dead.
Yeah. And it just kind of snowballed out of control after that. He was arrested in, I believe it was 2009, for trafficking charges. And I think it was also for like underage trafficking across state lines and stuff like that. But as we will discuss later, he was given a very, very, very light sentence. I believe he only did like 2 or 3 weeks in jail, and then like a year or 2 on house arrest.
American court system at its finest, folks.
Yeah, and then I believe there was an FBI investigation starting in 2012. And then, of course, he was actually arrested and was pending hard time in 2019. And he may or may not have killed himself. And then a quick rundown on Ghislaine Maxwell. There's actually a really excellent video by a woman named Bose. She does a lot of true crime focusing on women. She did a very good rundown on that if you want a much more in-depth, detailed explanation of that.
But he was not a woman.
Ghislaine Maxwell was. Is.
It was.
She's not dead yet, I don't think, as of reporting. But she was born to a very wealthy man. He was like a media mogul in France and the UK. He was like Tucker Carlson, if you know who that is.
Sadly.
Except, he wasn't MAGA and stupid and didn't have a dumb face, I don't think.
Probably
a very, very punchable face.
I actually recently described someone as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say the new one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't even have to go any further than that. But she
Am
was
I
born,
wrong though?
No. She was born into a rich family. So she met Epstein at like some kind of rich people gathering somewhere sometime. And she was a pick-me, if you know what that is. Just a girl that's always like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so handsome, we should marry and we should get together and stay together for the rest of our lives and never ever 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 get torn apart. No matter what. Ever. She was such a pick-me that and this is more the drama side of things, but I find it really kind of funny and interesting. But like, Epstein was always like, yeah, you can be like my live-in girlfriend, but we're gonna have this open relationship, and you're gonna recruit girls so they can massage my nethers, and we're never getting married. We're never getting married. It's never going to be serious. You have to know that. I don't know if they actually like sat down and talked about it, but it was very evident that that was the deal. And I guess either in a phone call or through emails, he even was all like, oh yeah, there's this Russian model that I really like, and we're doing things together, and oh man, I wish that she wasn't married, and because I would definitely wipe her up like immediately. And all the time Ghislaine Maxwell was all like, really? That's really cool. I want to kill you. She was very, very jealous of all the, at least the adult women, But her,
Svetlana or whatever.
huh?
Svetlana or whatever.
Sure, let's call her that.
It's Russian sounding enough.
Sure. But basically that was her role. She was the one that helped bring in both the women and girls and the rich people to maybe not blackmail. We still don't know for sure if he kept everything for blackmail. But that was her.
I never even considered that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a bunch of fucking creeps on an island.
It could be. It could be as straightforward as they were all creeps. It could be something much darker than that. We don't know.
And we use the term creeps very loosely.
Yeah, we could.
We all know what they are, but YouTube doesn't like that word.
Yeah, we could say it and censor it if we wanted to, but
that'd be too much editing.
Yeah, and this episode is going to be
a
little bit more towards the editing heavy side. Anyway, so that's a quick rundown.
Nope. Afterwards.
Yeah, that's a quick rundown. Right now, as of the recording, there's only been one single influential person, I guess I'll say, as a catch-all for like politicians or rich people or whatever, that has been jailed for his relationship to Jeffrey Epstein. There has been 4 of them that have been punished some way or form in the legal sense. And one of them that has been tied to actual ongoing investigations that are public. And in the list of confirmed people that are in the Epstein files, which is very long. My notes pertaining to that, I just picked out a couple.
Is it one person per page? Or...
No,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no,
okay.
no.
I was like, you picked out 11 people?
No, I picked out a few. But like at least 6 times more people are on the list.
And it's probably growing every day.
Oh yeah. But what I have written down are people in several different industries, politicians from several different countries, just to highlight how widespread Epstein's influence was. A lot of them you will not have heard of, but they are in my notes just to show you, like, yeah, it's not just America, it's not just the Western world, it's everything and everywhere. So let's get into it. So
again, viewer discretion is advised.
Yes. Woody Allen. He is a director. He stayed in Jeffrey Epstein's townhouse from 2010 on, and he wrote a letter for his 63rd birthday. And Jeffrey Epstein helped his daughter get into Bard College. So the movie industry is compromised.
Well, we already knew it was full of creeps.
Yes.
Disney Channel.
Yes. Yeah, so he did write the letter, a letter for his 63rd birthday. This is...
You said 61st.
63rd is what I meant to say.
Okay.
That is, I believe that is the same thing as the infamous birthday card that's like 25 pages long or something like that, and like everybody and their grandmother wrote a letter to him and wrote a little blurb in it for him, reminiscing about old times. That's what that is. Steve Bannon, he was a pundit for the White House.
A what?
Pundit?
The fuck is that?
A pundit is somebody who often goes on television and talks about politics.
Oh.
He was a pundit and the White House chief strategist for Trump's first term. He got fired. He exchanged thousands of texts with Epstein about how to influence Europe coalitions, how to pressure China, and forge Middle East ties. Epstein lent him his Paris apartment, Palm Beach house, and planes multiple times. He coached Epstein in 2019 on how to face media backlash. So obviously, the White House is not safe. Obviously, everybody knows that.
Hasn't been safe since fucking George Washington, probably.
I would say probably...
Lincoln, maybe?
No, JFK. I think JFK's death was the
last good one.
Yeah. Ehud Barak.
Huh?
Ehud Barak. I think that's how you say that. He's the former Prime Minister and Minister of Defense of Israel. He exchanged emails frequently. He met in person with Jeffrey Epstein over 60 times, even when he was Minister of Defense in 2013. In 2016, Israeli government installed state-of-the-art security to a Manhattan building owned by Epstein's brother and managed by him for his business associates and underage models. Barak frequently used the building on extended stays. So obviously, Israel is tied into all this.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta have the sand puppies involved.
Sand puppies? I understand what you mean, but I've never heard that before.
Because I just made it up.
Okay. Have you ever heard of David Blaine?
I have. It rings a bell. I don't know why, but it rings a bell.
He's a magician.
Okay. Oh wait, he's on the list?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Sad.
yeah. Maybe he should have made himself disappear to another.
Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
the reason why we bummed Iran. David Blaine had years of talking to Epstein and had regular dinners between 2012 and 2016. He wrote a letter of support for a U.S. visa application for an unidentified woman in 2015 that Epstein had sponsored to come into the country.
You can just sponsor people?
Well, it's not like an official thing. You're just like, hey, this person wants to come into the country, and I would like them to come into the country too.
That's it?
That's all that means. Yeah. Pretty sure. There's William Burns. You might know who that is.
Isn't it the guy from The Simpsons?
No.
The old dude?
No. He's the former director of the CIA.
Oh!
Yeah. His scheduling documents showed 3 meetings with Epstein in 2014 as when he was the Deputy Secretary of State. He first met Epstein at Steptoe and Johnson, which is an international law firm, and at Epstein's Manhattan townhouse. The CIA denies Burns had a relationship with Epstein, but he himself stated he regretted the interactions.
That just sounds like someone trying to cover their ass.
Yeah. Noam Chomsky, that is his actual name, spelled Noam. Noam Chomsky. Not Chomsky, Chomsky. He is
love it.
Huh?
I fucking love it.
Yeah. He is an intellectual and a linguist. He talks about political and social issues.
Idiots. Well, if he's an intellect, then he wouldn't be on the list.
You would think. He was photographed on a plane with Epstein. Epstein offered Chomsky use of his residences in New York and New Mexico. Oh, I forgot to take notes on his New Mexico stuff. That's interesting.
Do I sense a part 2?
Perhaps an addendum in another episode. Chomsky wrote a letter praising Epstein's philanthropy. He hired Epstein as a financial advisor to recover retirement funds and a dispute with his kids over a marital trust. So he basically sued his kids for money that was put into a trust that was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be for him and his wife when they both retire. His wife wrote a public apology for them both over their ties this year, but he himself has not come out and apologized.
Guilty!
Yeah. Deepak Chopra.
What?
Deepak Chopra.
Did you just, throw a bunch of syllables together or something?
No.
Is this a legit name?
Yes. You're being a little bit racist, but that's okay because you don't know the guy's race. But he is Indian. He is a New Age guru.
I don't need to know somebody's race to know that their name is weird.
Okay, culturally insensitive.
Okay, you know what? That's slightly better, but also fuck you.
Okay.
You fucking wetback.
Alright. Chopra met with Epstein at least 12 times between 2016 and 2019. University of California in San Diego cut ties with Chopra, and that will take effect in June of this year due to those meetings. Which is really weird because they should have cut ties much sooner, if that's true. You might know this one. Billiam Clinton. What?
Billiam?
Billiam.
Is that a name?
No. It's Bill. which is short for William. Don't ask me how, but that's his name is William.
I'm learning so much, and I don't think any of it is going to be useful in life.
Oh, no. Anyway, former President Bill Clinton traveled on Epstein's plane at least 16 times. Communications between Maxwell and Clinton was about travel and dining logistics between 2001 and 2004. Some emails were even flirty or lewd between Maxwell, which is Ghislaine Maxwell, and him. He states he cut ties just before Jeffrey Epstein's 2006 charges. Did I say 2009 earlier?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Hey, Morgan, play it back.
Okay. And he had no knowledge of his crimes and denies ever visiting the island.
Bill Clinton?
Yeah.
Married to Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
If I was married to Hillary, I'd be trying to get out wherever I could get it.
He did. David Copperfield.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Isn't he a magician as well?
He's an illusionist and magician.
So, yeah.
A victim testified to being at a 2004 dinner at Epstein's home where Copperfield performed. Phone message pads from 2005 prove he left messages for Epstein. In 2007, a 2007 email described him as Epstein's favorite cohort. Backstage passes were often given to Epstein for him and his girls, but he denied friendship with him, and he was photoed with Maxwell in bathrooms. Yeah. Sarah Ferguson, who is the former Duchess of York, which is, England.
Yeah.
Ex-wife of Andrew of Windsor, which is the former prince. In 2009, in a 2009 email, I can't even understand my own shorthand sometimes. She described calling Epstein a brother and hinted that she and her daughters met him. Emails suggest them working on a public brand deal of some sort. In 2011, she said publicly her relationship with Epstein was a, quote, gigantic error in judgment, but apologized to Epstein by email later for that comment. After release of the files, her charity she established in 2020 closed. So that's cool.
What a cunt.
She was like, Epstein is ugly. I didn't mean that.
And then she shuts down the fucking...
No, her charity got shut down. She didn't do it. Like nobody wanted to deal with her shit.
Oh, yeah. I misunderstood.
Yeah.
There's quite a few reasons for a charity to shut down,
Yeah.
in my defense.
Billiam Gates. Again, his name is William.
Okay.
He and Jeffrey Epstein met in 1992. He had many meetings starting in 2011. In a 2025 interview, he said associations with him were a mistake. Wall Street Journal obtained an email from Epstein discussing two affairs in 2023. The email was found in 2023, not that the affairs happened in 2023, which he admitted. He admitted to those affairs. Epstein tried to blackmail him with that. He was photoed with known Epstein assistants and on Epstein property. So I don't know if I said this already, but this is everything that's confirmed. It is alleged that he, got an STD from a girl and tried slipping antibiotics to his wife so she wouldn't find out and also wouldn't get the same STD. So that's cool. He wanted Epstein to help him attain those antibiotics. Stephen Hawking, who, scientist, wheelchair. Hello, how are you? That guy?
Oh my god, you are so hot.
Yeah. He was mentioned in Maxwell's trial court documents, and it is confirmed that he was a frequent guest of the island.
Did they have to make like a special seat for him or something?
Well, no. He could probably just get strapped down, like, park his seat in the middle of the aisle, but, like, probably a special ramp.
Just strap him to the wing. The other side of the plane, maybe.
That would be interesting.
Alright, cargo's loaded. Let's roll!
Yeah. Thorbjorn Jagland.
Okay, there is no way in hell that's an actual name.
It's an actual name. He is, or was, a Norwegian politician. He was the prime minister between 96 and 97. In 2014, he emailed Epstein about a family trip to the island while Secretary General of Council of Europe, of all of Europe. The trip was cancelled. Epstein told him that he could advise Putin how to talk to Trump, which is fucking crazy. In February of this year, Jagland was charged with gross corruption over Epstein links by Norway's prosecution service.
Well, if he was on the island or planning to go to the island, yeah, gross corruption is right.
Yeah. And I believe that is the
Lord frowneth upon you.
Yeah. I believe that is the only person of influence that has been charged with anything related to the files. Which, good on you, Norway.
Yeah, for real. Also, I made a Jeebus reference.
Yes. John de Jong Jr. He is a businessman, and he was the former governor of the U.S. Virgin Islands between 2007 and 2015.
Let me guess, they're no longer the Virgin Islands. They're just the islands.
All right. That was all right. That's pretty good. Email show between 2008 and 9. Epstein paid tuition for his children, being the former governor, his children. Epstein said it was, quote, a treat. Quote, it's as if I had my own kids in college. He emailed a thank you and also put his accountant's son through college. So a lot of favors were probably exchanged there.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole Junkerman.
Okay, that sounds reasonable up until the Junkerman part.
It's German, so it might be pronounced Junkerman.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. She is a German entrepreneur and investor. The files show after a 2008 conviction. After Epstein's 2008 conviction, because he was charged in 2006, he was convicted in 2008. After that conviction, she was a close friend for several years, knowing his crimes. The brainworm in chief, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
What did you call it?
The brainworm in chief.
I love that. Did you just come up with that?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that was less impressive.
Whatever. He admitted during his presidential run that he flew on Epstein's plane, and emails and audio transcripts show he joined Epstein and Maxwell on 2 vacations in 2012 and 2013. I didn't find any evidence saying that he denied those claims or even like justified them.
Did you find any evidence stating where the vacation was taken?
No.
Because someone automatically assumed the island.
Yeah, but they flew all over the fucking world.
I know.
I don't know.
So there's not necessarily... Some of these, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of them where it's like, absolutely guilty.
Yeah.
But there's some where it's just like...
Like I said, just because they're in the list doesn't mean that they're guilty of anything.
They just knew the dude.
They might have just known the guy. But I mean, it's very, very suspicious even being linked to the guy. Unfortunately, but you know, like I said, some of these people might be good people. They might have not known. They might have just knew him.
Just through like parties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby Kotick, who is a former. Oh yeah, this one. This one you might be a little bit angry about because I was. He's the former CEO of Activision and Activision Blizzard. Epstein invited him to several events with the girls. In 2013, Epstein asked about adding microtransactions to games like Call of Duty, and of course he did it.
He's lucky he's dead.
Yeah.
Because I would kill him again. Microtransactions are the worst thing that ever fucking happened.
Yeah.
Like, name one good game that has microtransactions.
Moving on.
EA, looking at you.
Yeah.
Ubisoft, Activision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm forgetting some, I'm sure.
Miroslav Lajkak or Lashkak. I'm not sure how you would pronounce that.
That sounds like an appetizer.
Sure.
Or like chilies or something.
He is the former president of the UN General Assembly. He had exchanges with Epstein between 17 and 19. In an email, he asked Epstein to introduce him to young girls. He was photographed in Vienna with Epstein. He discussed expanding networks of far-right political groups in Europe. He stepped down as national security advisor after the release of the file of the emails with Epstein and the files. So yeah, there's one that's absolutely guilty.
Yeah.
Jack Lang, the French Minister of Culture, Education, and National Assembly. His name appears over 600 times in the files. He communicated with Epstein between 2012 and 2019. February of this year, he resigned as head of the Arab World Institute after prosecutors opened investigations for tax fraud and money laundering with his daughter in relation to Jeffrey Epstein. Fucking everywhere.
Yeah, my leg itches.
Yeah. Nick Leese, he's a film producer, and he contributed to Epstein's birthday book. In the book, he shared stories of massage classes, outings at clubs, including how his father and an associate sexually assaulted his dad's mistress. So that's super cool. Just reminiscing, like, hey, remember when we beat the fuck out of somebody for my dad because he didn't want anybody to find out about his infidelity? Yeah, that was a good time.
Remember when we got the chick pregnant? Ah, good times.
Yeah. Howard Lutnick, current U.S. Secretary of Commerce. In 2012, he made a visit to Epstein's Caribbean compound. He severed ties with Epstein around 2005. CNN said both invested in a venture in 2013. He invited Epstein to go to a Hillary Clinton fundraiser in 2015. Epstein donated $50,000 for a dinner honoring Lutnick. He also emailed him about expansion of their art collections in 2017. Fuck.
It's breaking Nick down, guys.
Just a little bit. Robert Maxwell, who is the father of Ghislaine.
Father.
Yes.
I would have thought husband or some shit.
No. He was a media proprietor and politician. Epstein emails say that Epstein speculated about mysterious circumstances of his death, which was an accident overseas on a yacht. In 1991, Epstein alleged he was an agent for Mossad, which is the Israeli CIA.
Yeah.
Because he attempted to blackmail for 40 million euros, threatening to reveal his spy activity. Matthew Michael. He was the chief criminal prosecutor who spearheaded Epstein's sweetheart deal in 2007, after which he left the DOJ and befriended Epstein. Emails between 2010 and 2018 say that they had many dinners and meetings. Epstein often asked for legal advice and other legal representation from him. Suspicious. Very suspicious. Mohammed bin Salman. He is the current crown prince and prime minister of Saudi Arabia.
What's the difference between being a prince and a crowned prince?
I think a prince, because in modern times, if you say the word prince, it's usually just a title. Because, like, the King of England doesn't really do much.
They have a king?
England, yes.
I just thought it was the queen and that's it.
She died
I know.
like 2 years ago. And
I
then
know.
Her husband took over.
Did he?
Yes.
How old is he?
Like 80? 70? Something like that? I don't know.
There's gonna be another death soon, folks.
Anyway, like, kings and queens and royalty nowadays usually don't do a whole lot. They can pressure their congresses or whatever, their judicial bodies to pass certain laws, but other than that, they really don't do a whole lot. So a crown prince, I believe, is actual royalty that, like, actually does something. That actually has control over a governing body. I think that's what that means. Don't quote me. I don't know for sure, but in 2016, an email showed he had gifted Epstein a tent, quote, carpet and all.
What?
I don't know. After Saudi Arabia trip, Epstein kept a framed photo of them both in a New York townhouse. Again, one of those things that's like, maybe he just knew the guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, which is his full name.
Andrew McFuck down Windsor.
Sure. Member of the British royal family, former Duke of York. In 2010, he exchanged... in a 2010 exchange, Jeffrey Epstein offered to introduce Andrew to a 26-year-old woman. He accepted. In the same email chain, he invited Epstein to Buckingham Palace and said he may bring whoever he wanted. 3 months later, he was photoed in Central Park and claimed he went to break ties in person. In light of his conviction at the time, he was photoed in 3 pictures with young women. Victim Victims of Epstein accused him of sexual abuse. He denied it and settled that lawsuit with said victim in 2022 for an unknown amount. A photo with Epstein. In a photo with Epstein, Andrew and Maxwell and this victim was sent to Epstein from Maxwell in 2015. Emails between 2010 and 2011 show he shared confidential info about his work as the United Kingdom's trade envoy. In 2025, he was stripped of his official work and titles, evicted from his royal residence, and this year he was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office, charged by his own father, the king, and was released without being officially charged, but remains under investigation today. So he was probably sitting in the booking area being like, "Daddy, why?"
I did everything you said.
And there is a very famous photo of him looking very, very awestruck in the back of the police car. Just kind of like...
Do you know who I am?
And they're like, "Yes, your father sent us." And he's like, "Oh no."
It's like the fucking boss battle of "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah. Robert Mugabe was the leader of Zimbabwe between 1980 and 2017.
Is Zimbabwe even a country anymore?
Zimbabwe, yeah.
Oh, okay.
In 2015, in a 2015 email chain, a Japanese financier suggested that Epstein meet Mugabe to talk about providing new currency to the because the Zimbabwean dollars. Holy shit.
Do we need to take a break?
No. Providing new currency due to the Zimbabwean dollar's collapse after hyperinflation. The reason why I stumbled on that is because I put the wrong "do." So, like, yeah. An FBI report dated November 2017 says Jeffrey Epstein provided him personal wealth management services. And everybody's favorite fuckboy, Elon Musk.
Why am I not surprised?
Obviously. He and Epstein coordinated possible holiday to Epstein's U.S. Virgin Islands compound around 2013 and 2014. In 2012, he asked about Epstein's then wife, Tallulah Riley, and he attending the wildest party on the island. He invited Epstein to talk with him at SpaceX in an email. Epstein described a dinner with Musk as, quote, "wild." He states he declined Epstein's invitation to that island.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not. But yeah, the email...
The fact that he claims to have declined it is wild.
Yeah. The email that was going around for a while saying that he wanted to party on his island and Epstein sent an email to Ghislaine saying, like, "Don't invite this fuckface." That was fake. Unfortunately, it was fake.
Somebody's out there's got some humor.
Yeah. Elisa New. That's her
Knew
name.
what?
That's her name.
Okay, but what did Lisa know?
Okay, former professor at Harvard in 2015. She wrote to Epstein to thank him for a donation. A 2020 Harvard review found one of Epstein's foundations stated in tax forms it donated $110,000 to a nonprofit she was president of. In November of 2025, she issued a public apology. The next month, Arizona State University cut ties and PBS dropped her show called Poetry in Motion.
Because he thanked him?
Because she took basically a bribe, most likely.
How was that? How would that be considered a bribe? She's a fucking Harvard person, not a cop.
Because she most likely took the money in exchange for favors.
Like what?
Who the fuck knows?
I don't know. This one sounds suspicious.
If you say so. Andreas Pastrana Arango.
Armando.
He was the president of Colombia between 1998 and 2002. From flight logs of Epstein's private jet, he was on a flight from Carabobo, Venezuela, to Nassau, Bahamas in 2003. He admitted in 2019, upon release of the logs, he flew with Epstein to the Bahamas for a stopover flight. Their final destination was Havana, Cuba, and they were invited by Fidel Castro. They were photoed with Maxwell wearing Colombian Aerospace Force uniforms. Uniforms. John Phelan, spelled Phelan. Phelan.
John Phelan, that's ironic.
Sure. Yeah. He was a businessman, and he is the current U.S. Secretary of the Navy. His name is on flight logs from Epstein's private airplane in 2006. This next one, frustrates the fuck out of me because, well, we'll get into it. Christopher Poole, also known as Moot. He's an entrepreneur and founder of 4chan. In October of 2011, Epstein met him and later wrote to the person who introduced them, saying he liked him and found him very bright. Moot denies any involvement with He denies any involvement Epstein may have had in the creation of Poll, the politically incorrect board on 4chan, where many conspiracy theories have originated, including QAnon. But emails between Epstein and Poole hint at this, dating weeks before its creation. So I used to be a really big peruser of 4chan, mostly B, because I liked looking at titties.
What the fuck is 4chan?
4chan
Because
is...
I thought it was like a story site, but what? Now
No.
you're making me question it.
No, 4chan is just a text board. It is a collection of different... So on the top of 4chan, there is a list of different... It's like /B/ or /POL/. And those are the different boards that you can post on.
Okay.
They're literally just topic boards that you can discuss anything, pertaining to the topic that you want.
Right.
POL, poll, that's the politically incorrect board. You can literally talk about anything to do with politics. B is random. You can literally post anything the fuck you want. And unfortunately, for a really long time, there's a problem with child porn. So that's cool. Probably why Epstein had an interest in 4chan.
Yeah.
But QAnon was somebody, because everybody on the site is completely and totally anonymous. Only the moderators on the site can see the IP addresses. You literally do not even have to have a name. You can just post whatever the fuck you want. And I mean, you can type in a name, but you don't have to. Most people just do the default anonymous. QAnon is a person who posted one day. I don't even know if it was like before Trump got into office or if it was shortly after, or maybe after he lost his second presidential run. I don't remember when, but it was somebody that was leaking information from the government saying like there are demonic in the government and we need to elect Donald Trump in order to get them out, and these people eat babies and they do all this demonic shit, and Democrats are awful and this and that and the other thing, and now that all of the files have come out and revealed that yes, there are actual demonic maybe baby eating people in the government, people are saying like, oh, QAnon is Epstein, or somebody posting on behalf of Epstein. So that's really cool. Hardeep Singh.
Huh?
Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Hardeep Singh Puri is the person's name. They're an Indian politician and current Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas. An email from him to Epstein in 2014 details
Details.
Oh, fuck. Emails from him to Jeffrey Epstein in 2014 detailed them engaging in Indian politics after the current Prime Minister's election. Puri says, I only met him on a few occasions as part of a delegation. Our interactions had nothing to do with crimes he is accused of. So again, maybe he probably just knew him, just because.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce this name. Villayanur Ramakadran. He was the director of the University of California, San Diego's psychology department in 2017. Deepak Chopra introduced Epstein to him. His lab was studying a, quote, autistic savant who displays possible telepathy.
Fucking what?
Yeah. He wrote he had no issue accepting Epstein's money, requesting between $500,000 and $3 million, but only received $25,000. Obviously, nothing came out from that. Ariane de Rothschild is a French banker and CEO of Edmond de Rothschild Group. Scheduling documents show she had more than 12 meetings with Epstein from 2013 to 2019. She bought nearly $1 million worth of auction items on Epstein's behalf. In 2014 and 2015, she negotiated a $25 million contract for Epstein's Southern Trust Company to provide risk analysis for her bank in 2015. Following Jeffrey Epstein's 2019 arrest, the bank initially said that she had never met him. Later, she acknowledged the Wall Street Journal that said that's not correct. The bank then stated she had no knowledge of any legal cases or questions regarding his personal conduct. We're almost done. We got like a page and a half left. And remember, there were 6 times as many people on the actual list. Kevin Rudd, who's a former Prime Minister of Australia. He's the current ambassador to the United States for Australia.
You know what's funny? I knew Kevin Rudd more than some of the other people on this list.
You actually know who that is?
Vaguely, the name rings a very distant bell.
Documents released this year show meetings between he and Epstein in 2015, and says it was to donate to the International Peace Institute and denies ever meeting or communicating with Jeffrey Epstein. David Schoen, I believe that's how you say it. He is an attorney and one of Trump's impeachment defense lawyers. He wrote to Epstein in 2011 saying, quote, "These past couple years, you have to deal with horrible government agencies and folks who appear to be nothing less than extortionists posing as victims, and that has to have been terrible." End quote. He continued speaking until shortly before Epstein's death. Very interesting.
Makes me wonder if he had something to do with the death. That tickles.
Okay. Peggy Siegel, or Segal, was an entertainment publicist, spoke to Epstein in 2009 during a trip to Kenya, offered to, quote, "bring a little baby back for you, or two."
I don't have words.
Yeah.
I legitimately do not have words for that one.
More guilty than guilty. Hang her by her nipples.
She's probably got gross nipples, let's be real here.
Yeah. Kevin Spacey.
Really?
Yes. He is a disgraced actor. He was photoed with Epstein, photoed with Bill Clinton and Maxwell in Churchill war rooms in 2002 for a Clinton Foundation humanitarian group, and I believe that's just like the war room in Britain. He told Piers Morgan, which is like a TV news person, he told Piers Morgan in 2024 that he traveled on Epstein's plane but never traveled to the island or spent one-on-one time with him or Maxwell. He is not currently alleged of any wrongdoing in relationship with Epstein, which I found very surprising.
What was he disgraced for? If it wasn't being on the list.
Raping men.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never heard about that.
Extorting and raping men.
I never heard about that.
Yeah, it was a big thing. It was a big, giant thing. Also, just being super duper shitty and misogynistic to women, but that's, secondary.
A lot of actors are like that, though.
Yeah. David Stern was a German businessman in 2010 while UK trading on, in 2010, while former Prince Andrew was the UK trading envoy, he passed an email chain regarding the Royal Bank of Scotland and Aston Martin. He took that email chain and he passed it to Epstein. So, probably just a cog in the machine, but unfortunate. Ahmed bin Sulayem. He is the Sultan of the United Arab Emirates, which is like a king or a highly honored person. Epstein emailed him in 2009, quote, "I loved the torture video."
Well, that doesn't leave much to the imagination now, does it?
Yeah. The DOJ of the United States redacted his name, but recently a Kentucky representative revealed it. The Sultan facilitated transfer of Epstein messages to Turkey. Epstein masseuses to Turkey, and Epstein advised him to attend Trump's first inauguration. Most likely, very guilty.
Yeah.
Peter Thiel, or Thiel, I'm not sure how you would pronounce that. He co-founded PayPal and Palantir Tech, which is a public company that aggregates data for government agencies, militaries, and corporations. Documents show an investing firm that he co-founded and took $40 million from Epstein. And the two spoke for years. In 2018, Epstein urged him to, quote, visit me in the Caribbean. His spokesman said Thiel never visited the island, but Epstein called him, quote, a great friend and offered money advice. Two more.
I'm over here trying to figure out if the last one was guilty or not.
Yeah. How long have we gone?
104, an hour and 5.
Oh, okay.
105.
I wanted to at least cross an hour. Steve Tisch. He is the New York Giants co-owner. In 2013, he and Epstein discussed the women, with Epstein describing their physical features. He said he regretted his association with Epstein. The NFL is currently deciding if his emails violate its code of conduct. And last, our boy, our big poopy pants boy, Donald Trump.
I love Tesla.
No. He is identified more than 5,300 times and is referenced over 38,000 times in released files. Currently released files. Although most descriptions of activities involving the president are redacted, the FBI files and letters from the Democrat House Oversight Committee confirm that he is implicated in, quote, salacious information.
What does that even mean, salacious?
Salacious, sorry. It means, like, damning, basically. The FBI has also confirmed dozens upon dozens of reports given about his alleged illegal activities between the 1990s and late 2000s. That is what is confirmed, but there are many, many stories about what he may or may not have done.
Robert by the pussy.
Well, I mean, he said that. That's not
I know, but...
not exactly a crime. But, yeah, that's it. We did it.
John Cena!
So I got my information from, a lot of it I got from Wikipedia. But I did check the sources. I also got a lot of information from different news articles from like the Wall Street Journal and like CNN and different sources like that, and also a couple of different videos, like I said, from Bose, who is a awesome source of information if you like body cams and women killers.
I like women.
Also, actually, I want to check that just to be sure because I don't remember. The Diary of a CEO was one. He is a guy that brings on a bunch of people to just talk about whatever the fuck, and that guy.
So essentially, yes, but without, or with friends.
Sure. That guy and also another guy. Am I not subscribed to them? Am I not fucking subscribed to them? What the fuck? I swear to God, I was subscribed to them. Anyway, he and Jim Doherty?
I don't fucking know. There's the Doherty.
Anyway, I got a lot of information from those guys, specifically from people that they've had on who are either former like politicians or from like CIA agencies, specifically John Garikow, I think, and fuck, I don't remember the black dude's name.
Tyrone.
He has a really, really weird last name. Not like Kirikawa is not also a weird last name.
Tyrone Ungabunga.
Stop. Yeah, I'm not gonna find it. Oh, maybe in my history? Duh. That's a lot of bows. Yeah.
We'll be back when he finds his shit.
Oh, right there. Andrew Bustamante
I wasn't even close.
and Julian Dory is the other podcast name. I got a lot of information from them, so shout out those guys. Do you have any more comments? Little.
Yes, since we've been on a little depressing thing. Can you think of genuinely kind celebrities? And when I say genuinely kind, someone of fame who doesn't fake kindness for publicity or something like that.
Keanu Reeves.
Okay, that's a good one.
Uh,
Johnny Depp.
Ian McKellen.
I'm not sure I know who that is.
He played Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings and Magneto. I've heard really good things about Patrick Stewart too.
Isn't he dead?
No.
Oh. Well then, yeah. He probably does do good things.
Yeah.
I can see that. It shouldn't be as hard as it is to come up with good, like genuinely good people.
Yeah.
There was one guy a while back who took like thousands of dollars worth of meat into a homeless camp and had a barbecue. The meat went bad, but he still had barbecue.
Yeah.
I don't remember who that was, but
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought this would be a bit more exciting. I got nothing.
Okay.
Now you say something.
What was the point of that?
Well, it was supposed to be like a little happy ending tangent.
Oh.
But it didn't go as well as I had hoped. You know, you were doing your thing and I'm over here like ADHD and just... So.
Anything about what we talked about today that you would like to comment about or have any final thoughts?
Some people innocent, some guilty, and then some abso-fucking-lutely guilty.
Yes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for this one. Sorry it was a little bit more on the depressing side, but next one hopefully will be much lighter of a tone. So.
I'll probably be in charge of planning that one, so it will hopefully be. If it's depressing, it's not going to be that.
Join us next time when we ruin Grandpa.